You know that feeling? Your cloud storage is basically a digital junk drawer, right? A place where files just go to die? Well, today we're going to look at a platform that wants to completely change that. It's called eShare.ai, and it's making some big claims about being way more than just storage. So let's dive in and see if it's the real deal.
So, let me ask you a serious question. When was the last time you actually, collaborated on a document inside your cloud storage? Or was it more like you download the file, you work on it on your own computer, and then you have to re-upload a whole new version? Yeah, for most of us, our cloud storage is just a passive box. It's not really a tool that helps us get work done.
And let's be real, this is what the modern workspace often feels like. Total chaos. You've got the headache of trying to share huge files, that little voice in the back of your head constantly worrying if your stuff is secure, and oh boy, the nightmare of version control. We've all been there, right? Final record _v2 _ really final this time. It's just a mess.
Okay, so this is where eShare.ai comes into the picture. They're trying to be the solution to all that mess. And it's important to get this straight. It's not just another cloud folder. The idea here is a complete, all-in-one digital workspace, something designed to finally bring some order to that chaos.
So what exactly is eShare.ai? Well, at its core, it's a secure cloud platform. But here's the kicker, the key difference. It actually combines your storage, your sharing, and your real-time collaboration tools all in one spot. The whole philosophy is that your files shouldn't just be sitting there collecting digital dust. They should be living, breathing documents that you and your team can actually work on together at the same time. Okay, so how does it actually fix the problems we were just talking about? Well, for starters, it gives you a really generous 10 gigabytes of free storage right off the bat, so you're not immediately worrying about running out of space. The uploads are super fast, so you're not stuck watching a progress bar for ages. But honestly, the real game changer here is the live, real-time editing. This is the feature that promises to end that whole final report v3 final mess for good. All right, now let's get to the really cool stuff, the tools that are actually built into the platform. We're going to take a look at how eShare.ai is designed to help you and your team work smarter, not harder. We're talking about real-time collaboration, digital signatures, and even a tool that turns your old paper documents into searchable digital files. Pretty neat, right? So, first up is something they call Collab Suite. You can think of this as the engine that powers all the teamwork inside eShareai. Just imagine this. You're working on a big presentation and your teammate is halfway across the country. With this, you can both be inside that same document at the exact same time, making changes and seeing each other's cursors move. It completely eliminates that awful back and forth emailing of different versions. So yeah, this is how Collab Suite really tackles those teamwork nightmares we all hate. You just jump into a document with your team and you edit it together, live. You never have to ask, hey, do you have the latest version again? And because it tracks every single change, you can easily go back and see who did what and when. It's basically a shared workspace where everyone is finally on the same page. All right, next up is a tool called eSharesign. And let's be real for a second. Dealing with paper is a total pain, right? It's slow, it's clunky, and honestly, who has a printer and scanner ready to go these days? eSharesign is designed to help you just ditch the paper completely and move all your approvals and signatures online. Think about it. You need to get a contract signed by 3 different people, and they're all in different cities. The old way is a nightmare. With eSharesign, you just send the document to all of them at once, and they can sign it electronically right from their phone or computer. No more printing, signing, scanning, emailing, that whole ridiculous dance. It's a massive time saver, and it's all legally binding and secure. And last but not least in their toolkit is eShareScan. You know that pile of paper documents somewhere in your office or house? That stack of old invoices, receipts, and contracts that you don't know what to do with? They're a pain to store, and it's basically impossible to find anything in them. Well, eShareScan is the tool that lets you finally tackle that pile and bring it all into your digital world. And this is so practical. You can scan your old records, invoices, whatever, but here's the real magic. It uses something called OCR technology. That's optical character recognition. What that means is, it doesn't just take a picture of the document, it reads the text on it. So now all those scanned files are completely searchable. You can just type in a keyword and find exactly what you're looking for. It turns that messy pile of paper into a super organized, easy-to-access digital archive. Okay, so all these productivity tools are awesome, but they're completely useless if your data isn't safe, right? So now we need to talk about something that's on literally everyone's mind, security. Let's dig into how eShare.ai actually handles protecting your most sensitive information.
And they don't mess around with this. They make a pretty bold claim right here saying data security is at the heart of eShare.ai. Now that's a huge promise to make, but as we're about to see, it looks like they've actually got the serious tech to back that claim up.
And here's the proof. This isn't just a bunch of marketing buzzwords. These are legit, global, enterprise-level security standards. We're talking about things like HIPAA and GDPR compliance, which is huge for data privacy. Your files, when they're just sitting there, are protected with AES 256 encryption. That's literally military-grade stuff. When you're sending files, they're protected too. The bottom line here is your data is locked down tight.
All right, so we've covered a lot. What's the bottom line? Is eShareai really worth it? You know, no tool is ever perfect, so let's get real and break down the pros and the cons to help you figure out if it's actually the right fit for what you do.
Okay, so on the pro side, you've got that top-notch security we just talked about, some really powerful real-time collaboration tools, and that awesome 10 gig free plan to get started. Now for the cons, the free version does have limited offline access, which could be a deal breaker for some. And those more advanced features like eShare sign, well, those are reserved for the paid plans. So who's it for? It seems like a fantastic choice for teams who desperately need a secure, collaborative hub. But if you're someone who needs to work offline all the time, you might have to weigh that limitation.
But hey, let's circle back to that 10 gigabytes of free storage for a second. That's a huge amount of space, and it's definitely more than enough to get you started and really test things out. Honestly, if you're even a little bit curious, it seems like a no-brainer to just give the free plan a shot. You've really got nothing to lose.
So we started this whole thing by asking if your current cloud storage is holding you back. And it seems like eShare.ai is offering a pretty compelling answer to that question. It's a vision for a smarter, more connected, and way more secure workspace. So I guess the only question left to ask is, are you ready for one?